All right, guys. I'm gonna try to make this a 5 minute video, but you know how time flies. All right, let me get to the point. This is about the NBA and the future of the NBA and where I see it heading and what is this era, how I feel about this area, about the Big Three era. Um, you know, as of now, we're in the Big Three era. We're in the, BSF era, the hugging after games and blowouts in the NBA Finals because everyone's best friends. No such thing as rivalries anymore. Really, the last rivalry was the last real rivalry before LeBron James started kissing this guy's ass was the Miami Heat versus the Indiana Pacers back a few years ago in the Eastern Conference Finals. That was in the Boston Celtics. Those were real rivalries. Those were the last real rivalries. But this whole Golden State and Cleveland thing is not a real rivalry, guys. Let's be honest. This is not a real rivalry. You see LeBron James and this is a whole business thing now. These guys are business partners. You see LeBron James and Draymond Green, acting like they're going to kill each other on the court or, acting like they're going to punch one another on the court. And then, behind the scenes, they're making commercials together and all this other bullshit. Kevin Durant teaming up with the team that beat him. Like, it's a whole bunch of fuck shit that's going on in the NBA. This Big Three thing, it's literally a handful of teams that are good that's going to literally legitly make it. But the rest of these teams are just going to be basically either scrambling at the end of the scrambling for a playoff spot or just being not good and trying to tank for a player for the future to be a dynasty. So in the Miami Heat, whether I like to admit it or not, we don't have the guns to beat a super team in the 7 game series, guys. I know I like to brag about the Heat. I like to be kind of like a homer and all that other stuff, which I am, but I'm also realistic, and we're not gonna beat Cleveland next year. We're not gonna beat Golden State next year. I know we beat them last year in that turnaround game, that turned around our season, but it's not gonna happen again, guys. We're not better than Oklahoma. The Miami Heat's not better than Houston. Can we beat them in a few games in the regular season? Sure, but in a 7 game series, no. I don't even know if we're better than the Bucks or Boston. Hell, are we better than the Wizards? What I'm trying to say is, Heat fans, you're gonna have to wait because this whole Big Three era thing is taking spot in the NBA. And I already know what you guys are gonna, and I don't, I already know what you guys are gonna say. Some people that are not Heat fans are. I already know what you're gonna say. That's watch my video. But aren't you a Heat fan? And didn't y'all have a Big Three? What are you being a hypocrite about? See, the thing about the Miami Heat was it was fresh and organic when the Big Three happened in Miami. It was played out seasons ago to join together. LeBron James wasn't traded to Miami. Chris Bosh wasn't traded from Toronto to Miami. These three orchestrated a Big Three years before this thing happened. Like, I think on the Olympic team. It was originally supposed to be Carmelo instead of Chris Bosh, but Carmelo elected to stay in Denver, so they got Chris Bosh to join. This whole thing was, it brought excitement back to the NBA. We were the villains. I don't see the Warriors as villains in the NBA. No one does. Probably Cleveland fans do, but you can say the same about the Warrior fans, how they feel about Cleveland. We were the villains. We were the rock stars. We were the team we were the team that, got the best player, and then we had Dwayne Wade, and we had Chris Bosh, and we put these together. We were the evil empire. We brought excitement back to the league. The Warriors do not bring excitement to the league, guys. Cleveland does not bring excitement to the league. I already know all these people talking about how all these Big Three teams that just got together over this summer, how that's going to make the league exciting to watch and competitive and fun. But the teams like, let's say, uh, teams like the Denver Nuggets, the New Orleans Pelicans, their fans are gonna be looking like, well, we're in the West, we have no fucking chance, and our teams are actually pretty good. But they know in hell that they're not. They're gonna watch a good season. But once those teams, if they even make it in the playoffs, they're not gonna win anything because you have those top tier teams that have these overly stacked, um, players on their, overly stacked teams, and they have the more firepower. As a Heat fan, I can't speak for all other Heat fans, but what I'm doing is I'm just gonna wait this whole Big Three era out. It's not gonna last long. It's not gonna last longer than you think. It's gonna be pretty over quickly. Because what I think is gonna happen in Golden State is, I think people are saying Klay Thompson's gonna leave. I doubt he leaves. I think Kevin Durant's gonna leave before Klay Thompson. Why? Because Kevin Durant's gonna want his money. He took a huge pay cut this summer to get Stephen Curry his money, and to get all the other guys in, all the other cast supporting guys like um what's his name, Andre Iguodala, and Nick Young, and all these other. He took a pay cut to get all those guys on the team. He's not gonna keep doing that, guys. I think it may. I think it may end next year, even if they win a championship or not. I think Kevin Durant may leave that team next year if he doesn't get his money. If the owner doesn't go over luxury tax to get all those guys max contract, all it does is all it has to do is take one of those guys to leave, either Klay Thompson or Kevin Durant. And I honestly see Kevin Durant leaving if he doesn't get his pay due, because he is the best player on that team. It ain't Curry. Curry's a leader of that team, but he ain't the best player of that team. Kevin Durant's the best player in the NBA right now. He is, and he needs to be paid like it. He's gonna realize that too. So once he leaves, I think this whole Thunder thing is going to be a 1 year rental. I don't think Paul George and Carmelo wants to stay and play with Russell Westbrook. The way he plays, hell no. You ran Kevin Durant and Kevin Durant off. You couldn't even win with Kevin Durant and James Harden. What makes you think he's going to win with lesser players like Carmelo and Paul George? He's not going to win with them. Houston, I think Chris Paul's not going to stay in Houston after this year. He has a 1 year contract. That big three, that super team is going to be over with after 1 year. Thunder's going to be over with after 1 year. Kevin Durant may leave after next year. LeBron James, you never know what happens in Cleveland. LeBron may not be there. You're hearing all these rumors. He may not be there, and that super team may be broken up. So this year, I'm already at 8 videos. I'm sorry, 8 minutes. I'm sorry, guys. This year, let me wrap it up. This year, what I think is going to happen is, what I'm looking for this year is to see the Miami Heat and see what we have. I'm looking to see who's going to be our main players and who's going to be our consistent players and who's going to be the players to keep on to, and see what this team is like after this year. I'm not looking for a ring or, because I know we're not going to the NBA Finals. We're not going to win a ring this year. There's no way in hell. All I'm looking for is to see what we have in certain players on this team and how good this team really is with these players. That's all I'm looking for. The only big three I see staying intact for years to come is the Timberwolves, the Minnesota Timberwolves, because all those contracts are locked in. They just signed Andrew Wiggins to a huge deal. They're going to keep Cat for sure. And Jimmy Butler's locked in for a few years. And I'm pretty sure he's going to stay there for the rest of his career. So that's the only team I see in the future that's going to stay together. All these other super teams, they may not even be together. So we just got to wait it out, Heat fans. And once this whole Big Three era thing is over with, we can really, suspect or have, we can suspect our team to be competitive enough to go to the NBA Finals and, Eastern Conference Finals and win. You guys just tell me what you think. Give me what you think. All the other good stuff. Leave a comment below. You know the usual. We have a game against the Charlotte Hornets tonight, preseason game. I ought to make a video. I ought to make a video after the game tonight. I ought to have time to do that. Stay tuned, guys. He left for 305 out. Let's get it.